Good morning from your ever congested bestie. Today I'm going to get an in-person color analysis done. I'm excited mostly, but I'm also like a little bit nervous. We'll get into that in a minute. I already did an AI color analysis as a part of my AI Glow-Up series that I had going on TikTok, but now this is the real thing. They gave me a list of things that I need to do, so we're going to do that first. They said I need to wear a neutral color top, aka avoiding bright colors. Then come without earrings. I'm only going to be able to partially adhere to that because some of my piercings are still healing, so I won't be able to take those out, but like most of them will come out. They want me to remove any makeup. I don't have any on, obviously, so we're good on that. And then it says please come without perfume or body scent, which I assume is just like an allergy precaution, but yeah. Okay, so the one thing that I am worried about is jewelry because I'm a gold girl through and through. Even my engagement ring is gold. You can't really tell because my fiance iced me out. If they tell me that silver looks better on me, I'm probably gonna cry because, yeah.
So what colors do you normally wear in your wardrobe?
A lot of black, a lot of neutrals, so like this. Also green.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like earthy tones.
What kind of green?
Not forest green.
Like a darker, deeper green?
Yeah.
What colors do you tend to avoid in your wardrobe?
Really bright colors, like neons. I'm not the biggest fan of orange, but I could see how certain shades of orange might work.
Do you avoid bright colors because you think that they don't look good on you or because you don't feel good in them?
I just don't feel like I gravitate towards them.
Like they're overwhelming?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how often do you shop for clothing?
Maybe like once every few months or so.
And what's the boldest color you wear and the most boring color you wear?
Boldest, probably some shade of red, and then most boring, again, probably black or gray.
Cool. So I'm starting with the metallics test. Do you normally wear gold or silver jewelry?
Gold.
Nice. Can you see without your glasses on?
Barely.
Okay.
But we can take them off.
Cool, just for a little bit.
Yeah.
What I'm looking for is the good reactions. Brightness, clarity, beauty, harmony, aesthetic integration. Your eyes will be popping. Any minor flaws that you might have in your face, not that you have any, will go away. Wrong colors, bad colors, what they'll do to you. They can make you red, they can make you look yellow, they can make you look sallow, they could ease you, they could add lines, that kind of thing. You don't want any of that. So here's cool silver. It's looking nice on you. Neutral rose gold, that also looks pretty on you. And gold. Let's go back and forth. A key to color analysis is to flip back and forth between the colors to see how one color compares to another. So here's warm gold, cool silver. I think you're leaning cool. Neutral rose gold. I think you have a pretty neutral undertone, but I think you're slightly leaning silver.
I thought I was warmly. That's funny.
Yeah.
I did like an AI color analysis, but this is like the real thing for me. So, and it was trying to say I was warm, but I was like, I feel like I'm neutral. So.
Yeah, I think you're leaning neutral. I like the rose gold on you more than the gold. I think the gold is overwhelming, adding a little shading. I think this is really brightening you. This one I think is bringing you down, your features down, and this rose gold looks much better. And I think the cool silver is really nice on you as well. I love the silver on you. I know. This is really brightening you.
Yeah.
See how your cheek looks so bright, and this one is just like a little more dull? I think you're leaning cool, neutral cool. So let me show you a stack of neutral colors. Most people don't think of neutrals as on a spectrum from warm to cool, but they are as well as normal colors. This is a warm neutral, kind of like a camel. It's okay on you. If you wore it, I wouldn't be like, wow, that's really terrible on you. But it's just okay. I think it's a little flat. I think this cooler taupe looks a lot better on you. I'm noticing your eyes more. Your eyes are popping. Bright white is nice. It works. I like black a little more than white.
Okay, that was also boring.
You like boring black?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like black and white on you. It's kind of scary when I have to tell East Coasters that black doesn't look good on them.
Yeah.
Especially in New York. And this brown is too warm and too light on you. It's kind of washing you out, looking a little flat. You need a richer brown. You need something closer to your hair color, closer to your eye color. This is just too light.
Okay.
Here is a richer brown that I think will look a lot better on you. This is Kettlewell. It's a British company. They sell clothing in these colors. So I think a bitter chocolate or even a rich chocolate would be much better.
Yeah.
Especially that one. I think it would look really nice on you.
It's funny. I had a set that was like this color, and I was wondering why it always looked a little,
a little off, a little not right. Yeah, because you're going to see in a moment when you do the contrast drapes, you have higher contrast. And this is just too light. You need something that can stand up to your hair and your eyes and your level of contrast. With that, I'm going to move on to another version of the Undertone Test and the contrast drapes. So here we have warm, cool, and neutral drapes and gradations. Most saturated colors on the left, least saturated, lightest is on the right. So if you were going to wear any of these, I would say no to this one. It's way too light. This one's too in the middle. And I don't think it looks good on you. This is the best out of the three, the darkest. I think this palette looks a lot better on you. Do you ever wear purple?
Not really.
Yeah, I think this one's too light. It's looking better, the more saturated. This looks a lot better on you, the purple, the cool purple. The ones on the right don't look bad, but I just don't think they look as good as the cool.
Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of orange anyway, so that works.
Perfect, no loss there. And here is neutral. I think this is really pretty on you. Again, nothing too light. I really like this one, especially this one. So yep, I think you're neutral. Cool. Are you surprised? No?
Not entirely.
Contrast is what you see between your hair, skin, and your eyes. How much your hair, eyebrows, and eyes pop against the backdrop of your skin, that's contrast. So if I took a photo of you, made it black and white, if your hair, eyebrows, and eyes more blended in with your skin tone, that's lower contrast. If your hair, eyebrows, and eyes popped against your skin, that's higher contrast. Anything in between is more medium. And you want to mirror that level of contrast that you have in your features, in your clothing, color combinations, and patterns. So here's low contrast. It's warm. It's cool. You were definitely not low contrast. That's washing you out and wearing you. Too low. Here's medium. Look at how much better that looks already. Your eyes are popping. This blue looks really nice on you. Go. Medium. And it's the warm half. You're not loving the warm half on you. Really nice. And now here's high contrast. Yes, really pop, and you can really handle that high contrast. Do you wear black and white?
Sometimes.
If someone with low contrast wore clothing that was too high in contrast, it would wear them. If someone with high contrast wore something that was too low contrast, it would wear them too. So contrast cuts both ways. Very important when you're considering your outfit. So now I'm going to do the bright, muted, late, dark test.
Okay.
So here is bright. I'm putting a whole spectrum of bright, dark, light, muted on you just to see which is popping with your features and which feature is not, or sorry, which palette is not popping with your features. So here's muted, here's bright. I think this is muddying your complexion. It's too flat. Look at how much better the bright is. Your eyes are really popping.
Yeah.
And this is too flat.
Even through the blurriness, I can tell.
Yep, exactly. You can put your glasses on if you'd like to see better.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I see it immediately.
Yep. You're bright. Now I'll show you the side by side. This is just falling flat on you, not good. You need brightness. You've got some brightness in your features. Way too light. You have a lot of depth in your features and a lot of contrast, and if you wore this, it's just sitting on you. It's not harmonizing with your features. See how much prettier that looks? You have a lot of depth in your features. Very pretty. Oh yeah. Really pretty. No way. Yes. So for the next portion of this, do you want me to start by showing you colors that I think won't work on you and saving the best for last, or showing you what I think will work on you?
Let's save the best for last.
Okay, cool. I call it the Dantean color journey from color hell to color heaven. I'll be your Virgil on this journey, and we're going to start with the bad stuff. So I'm going to start by giving you a spring lipstick to pair with this palette. So this is a spring lipstick in a spring palette. Spring is light, warm, and bright. You want to, ideally, with a perfect color on you, you're going to hit it on all the fronts. Your undertone, your chroma, your hue, all the features are going to be taken in on you. But this one, this is warm, light, and bright. I didn't like light on you. I didn't like warm, but I did like bright. So 1 out of 3 isn't bad. So here's light spring. This is light leaning warm. That lipstick is wearing you. It's not great. Did I show you what it looks like? This is bright spring.
Yeah.
It's warm undertone lipstick, and it's wearing you. So we're moving up on the brightness scale. This is warm spring. So it's getting better because I do like bright on you, but however, it's too warm, so it's wearing you. And this is the brightest, Bright Spring. This is Bright Leaning Warm. Looks like your head's floating above the palette. That's a sign there's a disharmony there of some kind. In this case, it's too warm. Even though we did like bright, it could also be a little too bright for you. Bright, warm, and light. Woo!
Yeah.
Ghost. Go away, ghost. Now I'm going to show you the individual colors from spring just so you can get a sense of what spring has in store. All right. So better in that we can see it more, but it's still clashing. It's wearing you. This one is called Morange, and I don't think you should wear it. No orange lipstick. Too warm and bright. This is light spring again. I've had clients tell me this is giving Ronald McDonald. Not a great combo. Too bright, too yellow, too red. And this is way too light. Peach for you, and this green is making you look a little sick. Let's go. You like that green?
Yeah.
That's this moment. It goes from color analysis to color therapy. I'm so sorry for your loss, but this green is not good on you.
Yeah.
So that was light spring. Now here's warm spring. We're moving up on the brightness spectrum. So we're going to see more saturation, which we like on you. We're going to see more brightness, which we like. However, it's warm. Yeah. This orange color, the brightness and the warmth, and the lipstick wearing you. It's a good example of a color wearing you versus you wearing the color. If you wear something that's clashing with your undertone or clashing with your features, it wears you, and people will notice the piece of clothing over you. This yellow is way too warm and bright. And this green doesn't make you look sick, but it's wearing you. It looks like the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the lipstick, the color. It's too comedically bright on you. And now here's Bright Spring. This is Bright Leaning Warm. This will probably look the best out of all three on you because of your bright features.
I'm liking the pink before you even put it down.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the best out of all spring on you. It's even making the lipstick look better. Yeah. However, it's just a little wearing you a little too much. And this is radioactive on you. Don't wear that. And with that, you can take the lipstick off. This was light spring. See how it's totally wearing you? Ooh, too light. And here's warmer true spring. Way
not
too.
As bad, but
yeah, less bad, but still not right. And here was bright spring. Ooh.
Yeah.
The most saturated, which we like on you, but it's just too warm. And with that, we're moving on to autumn.
This was the one that it gave me.
It
when I
did?
did the AI analysis.
I'm going to give you the darkest lipstick for autumn because dark is a very nice feature on you. Autumn is warm, dark, and muted. I didn't like muted on you, I didn't like warm, but I did like dark. So much like spring, it's DJing one feature that I like on you. Alright, so this is better. I like this one a lot more on you. The spring was too warm and too bright. This is much nicer. So we're starting with soft autumn. Would you mind taking your glasses off for a little bit? Thank you. Okay, so this one's muted, leaning warm. It's really falling flat on you. It's too muted. Remember how we didn't like the mute at the beginning? This is warm autumn, moving up on the darkness scale. More saturated, which is good for you. We need that saturation, that color. However, it's way too warm. It looks like I coated you in a Thanksgiving blanket. It's too much. And here's dark autumn. Out of all three, this will be the best. Yes. Highest contrast, darkest. Not loving the orange in the middle, but these outer.
This was one that I would gravitate toward.
Yep. These are nice. And this is that green maybe that you're talking about at the beginning that you like. So dark autumn is the best. Not good.
Yeah, it gave me soft autumn, so that
It
was
gave
really
you soft autumn?
It was really inaccurate.
Don't trust AI, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
for color analysis. Alright, so I'm going to show you the individual colors. Yeah, dark autumn, best lipstick, and best palette so far. So that said, we're going back, soft to dark. This brown is washing you out. Never wear this brown. It's probably the worst brown of the day. There's another terrible green on you. It's making you look sick, washed out. And this peach is wearing you.
Yes.
It's way too warm and too light. Never wear this. This top color is really nice on you. This is more of a universal color. Looks very pretty, very balanced red. So here, these are the color palettes that you can buy and take home with you today if you like. It has your best colors for this season. And then it has universal colors. And so this brick red paprika is kind of on that universal color spectrum, along with this pink, this wine purple, this green, and this blue. Don't love the orange, and I don't like the yellow. It's overpowering. Really pretty green. Is this the kind of green that you normally wear?
I feel like it's lighter? A little more. I think I went a little more warm and a little more muted.
Got it. Pretty, but just a little dark and warm. And this is a nice little teal on you. So here's soft Autumn. It looks like I buried you in sand and dirt out west. Too muted. And that's what AI said?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. AI is fake news, and you are not a soft autumn.
Yep.
Okay, now here is warm autumn. Better. I like the purple and the blue. We're getting better. Looks like you just got subsumed by Colorado Red Rocks. And here is dark autumn. The best. Look at how pretty that purple is on you. The dark green, the blue. Much better. The summer. Summer is cool, light, and muted. I loved cool on you. I didn't like light, and I didn't love muted. So this one is DJing 1 out of 3 features. And that's not great. The dark autumn lipstick was way better on you. This is no bueno. It's way too muted and pink and light. Okay, light summer. Way too light, wearing you. Soft summer. Better than light summer, but still too muted. Here. You like this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't like you. It's just kind of sitting there flat. Not great. You'll see it in a minute when I put it on you. And now here's cool summer. This would be the best on you if you're going to be a summer because it's the most highest contrast, being medium contrast. However, it's just too light. I do like the navy. Cool. Muted. Oh, no. Too flat. And too light. Not bad. Light summer. Purple's too light. You're going to want that dark autumn purple look better on you. And this pink is way too light. Not your Barbie pink. Pretty purple, not bad. This pink is too dusty. You're going to want a brighter pink. And this green is the least bad of the 3.
Yeah.
But it's just not great. Nice blue. This green is too light. And so is this blue.
Oh, I kind of like that too.
It's okay. It's not bad. I like the darker one more.
Yeah. I don't wear a lot of blue. I feel like when I do, it's usually navy anyway.
Yeah.
So
I'm showing you bright winter first. Winter is bright, cool, and dark. All 3 things I liked on you. So I have a strong feeling that you're winter. Ooh, what do you think about that lipstick?
let's see. Yeah, this one's nice.
I like it. That might be the best lipstick of the day. This is bright winter. It's already looking way better on you than bright spring. Remember the bright spring lipstick just looked flat and gross?
Yeah.
This is really nice. Bright winter. However, I think the palette's too bright on you. This is bright leaning cool. It's a bit overwhelming. Best pink of the day so far. Just, I'll compare it with you, or compare it for you. The tale of 3 pinks. Bright winter. Soft summer.
I wanted to like this one.
I know. This is giving old lady on you. It's not you. Nope.
Yeah.
And then this one is just too light. And this one is the best. Winter. Not bad. I think just, again, a little bright, and this green is overwhelming.
Yeah.
The lipstick can stay. However, the palette can go. Pretty. Yeah, that looks like a good, like, base red. This is what it looks like in the tube. Very pretty. Alright. So, let's see how cool winter looks on you. Really pretty. Would you mind taking your glasses off for a moment? Cool. Really pretty. I'm going to bring back bright winter just so you can see the difference. Bright leaning cool. Too bright. Much better.
Yeah.
It has brightness, but not too much brightness for you. Pretty. Really pretty. Really pretty blue. Okay. Cool winter. When I'm comparing 2 subseasons, I like to get them side by side right by your face. When I look at you and the palette on your right, I'm noticing the color palette over you ever so slightly. And this one, more harmonious.
So when you're trying to like shop online, how can you best determine like the accuracy of the colors you feel like?
So 2 things. One, we give you a digital palette and you can try to put them next to each other on your computer screens, but something that I find very helpful, especially as you're shopping. I was just shopping for accessories the other day, and the way to describe the color, if they say warm or soft, or they might describe the undertone, which is very helpful. So try to see if you can shop somewhere and try to get as much detail on the color as possible, just to see if it's leaning cool or warm. That's very important.
Do you feel like certain brands kind of stick to certain seasons? versus others? Or
Definitely. So, like, for example, I was shopping the other day in the suburbs, and I walked by, I think it was like an Aerie, or what is it, AE, American Eagle, whatever those stores that we shopped at back in the day. And I looked in, and everything looked very muted. It looked like summer or fall. And I walked right by. I'm like, I'm a winter, bright winter. I can't shop there. Everything's too muted. Francesca's is another example. I mostly get accessories there. Francesca's can lean very summery, very autumny in their color palettes. Again, I said I'm a bright winter. H&M is very helpful for that. I find H&M carries a lot of bright black and white, like my pants. I don't want this to be an H&M ad though, so I'll just say certain stores definitely have certain color palettes that skew spring, summer, fall, or winter. When you go secondhand shopping, that's where I find color analysis very helpful because you never know what you're getting into. And just to plug these palettes, we don't make them, but we sell them. That's where these come in handy. You can just hold it up. And I actually used the secondhand shopping recently in a vintage store. There was a dress that was like this color, kind of aqua, green, blue. And I never buy that color. But I love the dress, and I was going to buy it because it looked good on me, but I'm like, I'm not going to buy it unless it's my color. So I held this up to the dress, and it was. So that's my long explanation for what colors tend to go with what stores. TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, they have a little bit of everything. Kind of like a secondhand store. You're going to be hunting and gathering, so you might want to use a palette. But yeah, shopping online, definitely. That was your original question. Try to see if they have more detailed descriptors on the colors. But again, you can always hold up that digital palette on your screen next to what color swatch that they're providing. And another way, maybe if you find a piece of clothing, see who has tried on that clothing and see if there's a person in that photo that looks like you. See if someone who has maybe your features wore that and has a photo and gave it a review. Rent the Runway, Stitch Fix, they have a lot of models that try on the clothing, so that could be a helpful way to discern whether something will look good on you. Pretty. This looks like a neutral on you. Dark winter. So this is dark leaning cool, very pretty, much better than bright winter, just to compare. These are the two extreme ends of winter. Bright leaning cool, dark leaning cool. Really pretty navy, really pretty burgundy, really pretty purple. They both look good on you, but in very different ways.
How important do you think it is, like, if your partner doesn't have a color season that, like, works with yours?
Oh, like, are you compatible? Like, should you marry someone if they have a radically different color season than you?
I mean, not that far, but yeah, like how can you kind of work with colors that don't technically fall in your palette? Or, like, how do you...
Oh, you mean like if there's colors you like but are not in your palette, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, how do you like balance that?
Sure. Okay, so my number one piece of advice, if there's a color that you love but it doesn't love you, you can try to incorporate it into your outfit but away from your face. Like a statement shoe, a toenail polish color, a bag, a throw pillow, a wall color. So if there's a color you really, really love but it doesn't love you, away from the face. Examples of where you should not wear this color. A shirt, a scarf. Scarves are very important. I recommend if there's a color that you like in a blazer, for example, or a coat. Let's say you can't afford a new piece of outerwear, but you still want to wear it. Offset that color with a scarf or something that is closer to your face that's more amenable to your palette. Yeah. Accent scarves, for sure.
So to answer the other question, keep the man away from your face.
Keep the man away from you now. You can try, like, you can shop with them and see, you know, what clothing could they wear that will compliment you. Like, that's a good question. Say you're on the red carpet and you want to both walk down that red carpet or walk down the wedding aisle and be complimentary. There's definitely overlaps. If you look at the color palette, you're going to see two extremes. You're going to see the darkest for each section, each Pantone of green or purple or pink. There's the darkest end and there's the lightest end. And so there's a chance, as long as if you're in different undertones, there's usually a way to DJ your colors together, if that makes sense. All right, so just like we saw with bright winter versus cool winter, the one on your right is way too bright and it's overwhelming. I'm noticing the color over you versus total harmony on this one. Yeah, this is too bright. You are dark winter.
So for people who are trying to figure this out, but they have to kind of do it on their own, what do you feel like the biggest mistakes are with that?
Good question. Self-diagnose, don't recommend that. But usually people A big thing that people like to do is their vein test. I think the vein test is silly and strange, and I've never looked at my veins, and I
did that.
Yeah, no to the vein test. You need to know, first of all, what your undertone is, whether you're cool or warm. You need to know your contrast, how much contrast you have, and you need to know what tendencies your skin has, whether it's light over dark, bright over muted. You can try to kind of cobble together a little testing by putting on your own clothing. Highly recommend coming in for a professional analysis. I call it 45 minutes for the rest of your life, or at least most of your life. As you get older, things change. You lose pigmentation, you lose contrast. Your undertone doesn't change, but you lose contrast. So you're going to want to reevaluate this in maybe 40 years or something, just to make sure that the colors you're wearing when you're younger and you have more color in your hair, say before you go gray, you have more contrast in your skin, your features. Figure it out when you're young, live most of your life, and then come back when you're really old. But overall, this should be good for a very, very long time. Gorgeous. All right, now for the information overload portion of the programming. This is Cool Winter. That was your runner-up. Very pretty. And your best one was Dark Winter. Beautiful, dark blues, greens, purples. And then here is your best metal, lead. Beautiful. Are you surprised by your season?
I'm surprised by the metal, because
being silver?
Yeah.
Most people are surprised. Gold is very trendy right now. I'll just show you these versions of gold. You're going to want to avoid anything too coppery, too yellow. Like, these would be your worst. These two and these two.
Okay, yeah, I tend to like more of the...
Yeah. You can still wear gold as a dark winter. Congrats. But you want to wear the right gold. Yep. Because you're more neutral, which we saw in the beginning at the metallic undertone test. Dark autumn versus dark winter. That's your sister season. So you can borrow from that, but this is your home base.
Okay. Yeah, I do like the green and the dark autumn. Here were some sample palettes I got to look at based on my season. This is the one I took home. There was extra stuff on the back. I'll probably show that in another video. Then here was a lip swatch palette, which was cool to see. And then there was also this bigger palette. It had a lot more variety, and I think I might try to look for one of these in the future since it's nice to see the colors with the fabric textures. This was the palette I was most excited to look at because it has all the different hair colors that complement my color season, and I am thinking about dyeing my locks in the future, specifically probably one of these two colors because, you know, they're really subtle but still give a little something extra. We wrapped up the appointment by going over this presentation, kind of summarizing what my dark winter color season means and seeing examples of different celebrities who share my color season. And I have a few other resources to work with, so I'm super excited to apply this to my closet and ultimately to my Homebody Glow-Up in this series. Highly recommend that you get an in-person color analysis done if you can. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.